This is a very simple offline business model that I want to share with you now. It's one that anybody can do, and it's pretty much a quick start one. Doesn't involve a lot of work, but can involve quite a high return on investment on your part. Now what you need to do is find some local businesses with websites. That's what we're looking for. You need to go to each website. You need to look at them. Do they have an autoresponder sign up form or any way of capturing leads? Do people just go there and disappear off, or have they got a way of capturing them? You want to find 20 or 30 that don't have sign up forms. That's what we're looking for. Ones that don't have any way of capturing leads. And then you need to find names of business owners or decision makers within the company. So GoLeads.com is one place, your local library, your chamber of commerce. Hey, you can even phone them up and ask them. But you need to have the name, Mr. Smith, Mrs. Jones, or whatever it might be, so that you can send a letter to them personally addressed. Then you obviously need to create the letter and send it to them. Now this is a sample letter. This isn't necessarily exact, but mess around with it and think about changing it if you can. Try it like this. This just gives you an idea of what you need to do. You need to basically tell them who you are, tell them that you're an e-commerce business consultant or whatever you want to call yourself, and that you value their time. So you're going to be very brief, but you're going to show them an asset that can make them lots of more money than it is for 15 minutes of their time. So you give them a free consultation, you can save some of their advertising budget as well as getting new customers, and it's a minimal cost to implement. And then give them your number. Now remember, we spoke about this on the previous video. When you have a number, make sure you answer it professionally, and then schedule a free no strings consultation where you basically go in and you say to them, well, I can do something for you that will do this. You don't tell them what it is, because then obviously they can go off and do it themselves or hire anyone to do it. But you tell them exactly what you could do for them and how it's going to improve their business. If you can get some figures about email marketing and whatever that will tell them how much of a benefit it is, use them. But what this will do is going to make sure that they want to call you. Basically, if I was a business person and I had a letter that said I could save up to half of my monthly advertising budget, I'd be pretty interested, let me tell you that. So this is going to get their attention. You've got to deliver. And basically what you're doing is adding an autoresponder form to their website. That's it. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, it is. But to a lot of people, they don't understand autoresponders. The company can then increase their earnings by mailing their list. They mail them special offers, discounts, special deals. If 1 month they're looking a bit short on sales, they can say, we've got a special promotion this week, and for customers on our mailing list and these customers only, it's 20% discount all week or something like that, or on Wednesday or whatever it might be. So they can send these offers out and be creative in order to get more sales. So there's two ways you could do this. Is you could obviously just give them a copy of the form code, so you can go to their website, copy and paste their home page, view source in your browser, copy it into something, put the autoresponder code in it, and then send them that and they can upload it. Or you can say to them, well, for $30, $40, $50, something like that, you can add it to there for them. Now obviously you're going to have to set up a thank you for subscribing page, and maybe even a thank you for unsubscribing page as well, but that's not really a lot of work. You've got a fairly standard one. All you do is put the text in the template of their website. So then you have two options. Either they use your autoresponder account, so you create an autoresponder for that company on your autoresponder, or you give them an affiliate link and say, here's an affiliate link. You say, here's a link to the best autoresponder. If you buy through this, then you'll get a fully featured autoresponder. Now most companies aren't going to use more than a couple, to be perfectly honest, so you could do it through your own. The disadvantage of that is you're going to have to do a fair bit of management, because most autoresponders you can't segment off different autoresponder accounts to different IDs and passwords, so it's going to be a bit of a problem if you do that. So many people say, well, buy it through my affiliate link, here you go. I mean, Aweber is what, $20 a month on its basic. There's others Wizard Autoresponder, I think it's $10 a month or something like that. So it's not a lot of money, but obviously you're going to get paid a recurring commission on that. And pretty much once someone has an autoresponder, they stay there for life. So that will work. But the advantage of them buying their own is it then becomes hands-free, so you don't have to sit there and hold their hand and send their emails, though you may want to, because you could actually charge them a monthly amount for hiring an autoresponder from you. So you could say, well, I'll operate your autoresponder for X amount per month, and you could also charge them for writing the emails and sending them. So there's opportunities both ways. It just depends on what you want from this particular business. Do you want to build in this having to manage their autoresponders, send the messages out for them, or do you want to just take the money, hand it all over to them and just say, I've got the affiliate commission, that's enough for me? Up to you. There's no right or wrong answer, it's your choice. Now here's a couple of tips for succeeding with this. A lot of business owners, and I used to do it when I worked for companies, is you tend to sit by the garbage can when you're opening your post. When I used to get my mail in the office, and I'd sit there, I'd pull my trash can out from under my desk, and I'd sit there and I'd go through, and anything that didn't look like it was of interest, straight into the garbage, not even opened. One thing that always gets people's attention, and it gets mine every single time, is if you stamp a red confidential. You get one of these stamps from a business store, an office store, something like that, where you stamp and it says confidential on the outside. People will open it. People are going to be curious. They can't resist. They've got to know what's in there. So if you buy one of those stamps, it costs you $5 to $10 maximum. Then you can stamp that, and you get a higher open rate. If you don't believe me, test it and see the difference, and you'll believe me. One thing that also tends to get a higher open rate, by the way, is if your letter has a stamp on it. Now, quite often businesses' letters are franked, not stamped. If you actually put a postage stamp on the letter, quite often, and people will open it, particularly if it's handwritten on the front rather than typed, people will open that a lot more because they'll be curious and they'll want to know what's inside it. Why has someone sent me a stamped letter? It's obviously not from a company, that sort of thing. Now, if the company has a cash register and a credit card terminal, change the receipts and the forms on these so that the customer gets handed their receipt that says, for a preferred or preferential customer discount, sign up at, and then their website address. Because let's face it, most people look at their receipts. A lot of people actually keep their receipts, and if you look at your receipt and it says, if you want a customer discount, sign up here, you're likely to do that, aren't you? That's going to get you some really good results because you're building a list of qualified buyers. You may have two different lists. You may have a list for people that have bought, which is this list here that we're just talking about, and you may have a list for prospects that come to your website, or there may be one list. It depends upon what strategy the company wants to adopt. But this is building your list, because let's face it, if someone frequents a store, they're going to want to have a discount. Who wouldn't want a preferred customer discount? I would. If my local shop that I go to, 4 or 5 times a week said sign up here and we'll send you emails with special offers and preferred discounts, I'd sign up like a shot. So quite often you get people signing up for it, and that's a really good way to massively build your list. And of course, it opens the doors for other consultancy work as well. You can go in and teach them other things about the internet, about managing their list, and so on and so forth. Something like this, you can make $250 to $500 a deal, depending on the size of the company and how much you're going to do for them. It's fairly easy money, to be perfectly honest. It really is. And one word of advice is probably not a good idea to send out more than 20 to maybe 30 letters at the most at a time. Send that many out each week, and you'll get the phone ringing and ringing and ringing. Because seriously, anyone who says I can reduce your advertising budget by 50%, an offline company is going to want to hear it. They really, really are. So it's a simple technique. It's going to make you fairly easy money. If you get 10 of those a week, you're looking at $2,000 to $5,000 really. Pretty easy. And the beauty of this is you're not selling. They are phoning you and wanting you to come to talk to them. So very, very beneficial. Easy method to do. and one I'd highly recommend. Give it a go. Nothing to lose at all. Worth a try. And you will see results from this. As I said, because of what you're saying in the letter and you're saying what you can do for them, they are going to phone you because they will desperately want to know the information that you have. And setting up an autoresponder form, you can do that easy. Absolutely easy. So not difficult, but to an offline company, it's pretty much a miracle. Believe it or not, there are still people out there who don't know what an autoresponder are and think that when somebody sends a message on an autoresponder, they're writing to them personally. So it's magic to a lot of people outside of internet marketing still. Do remember that.